First, top headlines. Former Jharkhand Governor Draupadi Murmu to be BJP-led NDA candidate for presidential post. Opposition's to file Yashwant Sinha. Manipur's Laishram Jeko Meitei, Fanjawom Niranjan Singh win gold medals at National MMA Championship. And India records 12,249 new COVID-19 cases, 13 days in last 24 hours. Positivity rate jumped to 3.94%. Hello, welcome to ELITETV's 3 p.m. English News. I'm your host, Deemita. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear face masks when in public, wash hands regularly, and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now the news in detail. Former Jharkhand Governor Draupadi Murmu will be BJP-led NDA candidate for the presidential polls. Briefing media after the BJP Parliamentary Board meeting in New Delhi, Party Chief J.P. Nadda said, for the first time preference has been given to a woman tribal candidate. He said the BJP Parliamentary Board discussed 20 names for presidential nominee and it was decided to pick someone from East India, a tribal and a woman. J.P. Nadda said that Union Minister Rajnath Singh spoke to the constituents of the UPA, but there was no consensus on the name. Draupadi Murmu said she is surprised to learn about her candidature and is unable to believe it. She noted that she will work according to the powers of the president enshrined in the constitutions. The former Jharkhand governor said she will reach out to members of the Electoral College for their support. The voting for presidential elections will be held on 18th of the next month. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed confidence that Draupadi Murmu will be a great president of India. Narendra Modi said she devoted her life to serving society, empowering poor, downtrodden, marginalized, and she has rich administrative experience and had an outstanding gubernatorial tenure. The Prime Minister added that millions of people, especially those who have experienced poverty and faced hardship, derive great strength from the life of Draupadi Murmu. Prime Minister Modi also said her understanding of the policy matters and a compassionate nature will greatly benefit the country. Home Minister Amit Shah said that it is a very important movement for the country when Draupadi Murmu has been named as NDA's presidential candidate. He said that these decisions will take tribal pride to new heights. In a series of tweets, Amit Shah said Draupadi Murmu has made a special identity in public life by spreading awareness about education in tribal society and serving the public for a long time as a public representative. He said several steps have been taken in the directions of women empowerment and restorations of tribal identity under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the last 8 years. Meanwhile, former Union Minister Yashwant Sinha also will be the opposition's candidate for presidential elections. Opposition parties announced his name after their meeting in New Delhi yesterday. In a joint statement, the parties said they have taken unanimous decisions on Yashwant Sinha's candidature. Reading out this statement, Congress leader Jairam Ramesh alleged that the government made no serious effort to have consensus on the presidential candidate. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar informed that Yashwant Sinha will file his nomination on 27th of this month. The meeting was attended by Congress leader Mallikarjun Kangre, CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechuri, SP leader Professor Ram Gopal Yadav, TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee, Tiruchi Siva of DMK and others. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma yesterday reviewed the worst-hit South Garo Hills district, where road communications through National Highway No. 62 has been completely cut off for the past 4 days, with over 40,000 people affected. South Garo Hills along the India-Bangladesh border has witnessed multiple landslides in many areas like Maheshkola and Siju remaining without any road link. At least 6 bridges, including suspensions and wooden bridges, have been washed away in the district with mobile and electricity connection disrupted. Electricity connection has been disrupted in Bhagmara town, Karukol, Rongsawi, Siju, Rongara, Gospara, Chokpot, amongst other villages. Officials informed the Chief Minister during the review meeting that the restoration work is currently underway. Indian Air Force on Tuesday late afternoon airlifted essential commodities at Siju and Maheshkola. A total of 8 people have lost their lives in the landslides in Bolsangri, Siju and Rongsawi, of which one is a minor age, 4 years, and 2 persons are still missing from Rongsawi. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma will meet the family of the deceased. He is travelling to Siju from Karukol in boat, a journey that will take at least 2.5 hours, and then trek for 6 kilometers to reach the families at Siju and Rongsawi. An ex gratia amount of rupees 4 lakh each for a person deceased in a family will be released during the visit of a Chief Minister. A total of 30 villages including Siju, Imangri, Jadi, Nongalbira, Karukol, Maheshkola, Kalu, Kanai, Bonbera, Rongruasim has been cut off from the district headquarters of Bhagmara. The Chief Minister has directed the officials that restorations of roads and electricity should continue. Officials has informed that in next 2-3 days, the road connectivity along National Highway number 62 will be restored and 4 light motor vehicles, and at least 20 to 25 days would be required for roads to restore for heavy vehicular movement. Earlier in the day, the Chief Minister visited affected areas under Dalu block in West Garo Hills and reviewed the situation with officials of the district. In Dalu area, at least 5 wooden bridges had been damaged, disrupting communications in several villages and soil erosion affecting villages along the Balka River.
We are in Dalu area today, and again because of heavy rains there has been a lot of damage, but here mostly the damage has been to the roads and infrastructure. As you can see, bridges like these have been washed out, and now there's a disconnectivity between villages, and so we have a huge challenge now to bring that back. So we have just come here with the Honorable MLA and other officials from PWD and other departments and the Deputy Commissioner and officials to see the situation, monitor it, and to immediately rectify it so that we can bring back the entire life to normalcy out here. So we will do what we can, and we have urged PWD to take immediate action so that the bridge can be restored at the earliest, so that people can have the necessary connectivity.
Minister of State for External Affairs Dr. R.K. Ranjan, who is in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, on a 3-day visit, 20 June inaugurated a school building built as part of India's Quick Impact projects in the Southeast Asian nation. Cambodian Minister Kantha Pavi expressed her sincere gratitude to the Government of India for supporting the completions of new school building constructions. On Tuesday evening, Deputy Prime Minister of Cambodia, Prak Sakhonong, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperations, and Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Ministers of State for External Affairs, Government of India, presided over the inaugurations of the logo of the 70th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations between Cambodia and India. As a part of climate change campaign, Huawei, in collaborations with Rising Knowledge Club RKC, organized a tree plantations and cleanliness drive under the theme Plant One Tree, Save 100 Life. Missions today at Hatta Kangjebung Palace Compound in Imphal is supported by Department of Environment and Climate Change, Government of Manipur. Fruits-bearing tree samplings were planted in the surrounding areas of Hapta Kangjebung, and the ground, which has been occupied with thick and tall grasses, were mowed using tractors and grass-cutting machines. Speaking on the sideline of the tree plantations and cleanliness drive, convener of the mission, Laishram Momocha, said that the main objective of the mission is to plant more trees to clean the environment and its surrounding areas to somehow protect the degrading conditions of the environment. In view of this mission, tree plantations and cleanliness drive is being carried out by Hapta Kang Jebung. He said and added that a tribute green concert is also going to be held on the coming 26 June at the same venue, Hapta Kang Jebung, to pay homage for those departed souls in recognition to their dedications and services in the field of environment, pollution and climate change who had passed away during the COVID pandemic. Laishram Momocha also urged the people of the state to take part in the Green Concert, where the needs and the future plans of their missions will also be discussed for a better environment. It may be mentioned here that WAVE is a non-profit organization formed by like-minded people who had experienced pain and struggle in their life and are now working towards the welfare of underprivileged, disenfranchised young people, adolescents and vulnerable populations of the margins of society without privileges and safety nets.
I have been told by club Siga RKC Rising Dollars Club. I have club Adisi Puja Jarga, I mission campaign about such as a big program. I have a mission Sigi campaign, the Sigi Babi, plan 1 3 save 100 life fighter. Was it about environment? Akaiba Bayama, Kalbukama, Kaida Universita. I quite a crowd show quite a body park of Navana. What Haba about a Kaida Sikwa, Sixia, with a cycle of the set of the success of it. I usually a quite a like the performance for the Faldi, Bayon or Riva, or Manipur, for the Yabda. Historical place where
Laishram Jeko Maitei and Panjobom Niranjan Singh of Manipur secured gold medals at the All India Mixed Martial Arts Federation's National Championship, which was held in Delhi. Fighting out of RMX MMA in Manipur under Indian MMA star Roshan Mainam, Laishram Jeko won gold medal in the 52 kg mixed martial arts category. Panjobom Niranjan Singh, who also trains at RMX MMA and Koi Combat Academy in Bangalore under coach Vishal Segal, won medal in the striking MMA category at 65.8 kg. Niranjan had earlier represented India at the GAMMA World Championship in Amsterdam. The AIMMAF National Championship saw more than 100 athletes from across the country competing. The event was held at the International Health, Sports and Fitness Festival at Pragati Maidan. The event saw the presence of many celebrities. With the gold medals, both the fighters have qualified for the GAMMA Asian MMA Championship, which will happen later this year. The date and the locations for the Asian Championship is yet to be announced. And now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Haksang Fanalaisi Nungai Hingminasi, thyroid, bile, heart naba, kidney danung laiba, stress amadi anxiety, BP, sugar wang baphan mangamba, side effect like taba food supplement pangbigani. Excellent award pangkraba stem cell ahoma mamal dasu pangbigani. Pangpam Keba Herbal Health Center, Kurailam Longtong, phone number 96129899186.
The pinnacles of success. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNACO School, Excellence in Education.
Sahi kutingi pujar po kumna kumsi su pujar kle Mahindra Company amadi Holland Country ki hai ZPC Company ga punna issue culture tawraga semlakba iram damasi ki lebak le hauga chanaraba alu char makhal mari Lady Rosetta Taurus Panamera Karfi Jyoti pujar kle Gabadan puja amadi chakok mangda ta thoraga ahen basenfam sabi hobu yanaba July tha fabugi manungda thabi horo ising tumoi taba singmai singkhong law atongba nga fa mapa singda thabi horo sahi tare chupna iramdam asigi sewa tawjaduna lagli ngasimak Mahindra tractor malom bazar da lengthok piraklo alu char lobi horo.
Welcome back again. You're watching ELITETV's 3 p.m. English News. 3 personnel of Central Reserve Police Force (CRPF), including 2 ASI, were killed in an ambush set up by suspected left-wing extremists at Vaishnasadni in Odisha's Nopada district yesterday. The deceased have been identified as ASI Sisupal Singh, ASI Sivlal, AS and Constable Dharmendra Kumar Singh. A few CRPF personnel are reported to have suffered critical injuries. With this ambush, the left-wing extremists have made their presence felt after a gap of a few years. While Shishupal Singh belonged to Lalgari village under Aligarh district of Uttar Pradesh, Shivlal hailed from Paiga village of Mahendragarh district of Haryana. Constable Dharmendra Kumar Singh was from Saraya village of Bihar's Rohtas district. The three were part of a road opening party. About 1.5 km of Patadhara, a remote forested regions of Nopada district, and barely a few kilometers from Chhattisgarh, members of the CPI Maoists resorted to indiscriminate firing. According to CRPF officials, about 10 to 12 rounds were fired. Officials are waiting for details as the area does not have mobile connectivity. It has not been as certain if CRPF personnel return fire. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the 14th BRICS Summit hosted by China on 23rd and 24th of this month. The summit will be held in a virtual format under the theme of Foster High-Quality BRICS Partnerships, Usher in a New Era for Global Development. External Affairs Minister said BRICS has become a platform for discussions and deliberating on issues of common concern for all developing countries. During the 14th BRICS Summit, deliberations are expected to be held in areas like terrorism, trade, health, traditional medicines, environment, science and technology, innovations, agriculture, technical and vocational educations, and training, and micro, small and medium enterprises. Discussions are also likely to be held on issues like reform of the multilateral systems, combating COVID-19 pandemic, and global economic recovery. BRICS countries have regularly called for reform of the multilateral system in order to make it more representative and inclusive. Prior to the summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also deliver a keynote speech virtually in the opening ceremony of the BRICS Business Forum today. India today recorded 12,249 new COVID-19 cases in 13 days in the last 24 hours. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare informed. The fresh coronavirus infections reported today are 23.44% higher than 9,923 daily cases reported yesterday. The daily COVID-19 positivity rate has now jumped to 3.94% from 2.55% registering on Tuesday. The weekly positivity rate has also risen to 2.90%. The country's overall COVID-19 tally has now risen to 4,33,31,645. Of the new cases reported today, Maharashtra alone logged 3,659 infections, with Mumbai registering maximum 1,781 COVID-19 cases and 1 death in a single day. Delhi reported 1,383 fresh COVID cases and 1 death in a span of 24 hours. The positivity rate of the national capital was recorded at 7.22%. The COVID-19 scenario also deteriorated in West Bengal, with 406 people testing positive in the last 24 hours. India now has 81,687 active cases of COVID-19. There has been an increase of 2,374 cases in the active case load in a span of 24 hours. Active cases stands at 0.19% of the total cases. As per the Health Ministry, 7,293 recuperated in the last 24 hours, increasing the total recoveries to 4,27,15,193. Recovery rate currently recorded at 98.61%. Total deaths due to COVID-19 in the country have now increased to 5,24,903. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, 3,10,623 COVID-19 tests were conducted in the last 24 hours. Since the start of the pandemic, 85,88,36,977 samples have been tested for COVID-19 across the country. India started a nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive on 16 January 2021. Since then, more than 196.45 crore vaccine doses had been administered across the country. The Health Ministry today informed that 12,28,291 eligible beneficiaries have been inoculated against COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now let's take a look at the headlines once again. Former Jharkhand Governor Draupadi Murmu to be BJP-led NDA candidate for presidential polls. Oppositions to file Yashwant Sinha. Manipur's Laishram Jeko Maitai, Fanjabom Niranjan Singh win gold medals at National MMA Championship. And India records 12,249 new COVID-19 cases, 13 days in last 24 hours. Positivity rate jumped to 3.94%. That's all for today's 3 p.m. English News. For more updates, keep watching ELITETV English News. Thank you and have a great day.